Travis Kelce had always been tough. As one of the NFL's best tight ends, he'd faced down defensive linemen and linebackers, taking hits that would leave most people broken. But nothing could have prepared him for this, the emotional weight of Taylor Swift's words. They had been the "it" couple for months, blending the worlds of sports and music in a way that captivated fans. Their whirlwind romance seemed perfect from the outside. Travis was head over heels, always showing up at her concerts, cheering her on, and basking in the glow of her success. Taylor, known for her poetic lyrics and ability to capture emotions in ways that pierced hearts, seemed equally smitten. But then came that interview. Taylor had just wrapped up a successful world tour, and as she sat down with a high-profile journalist, the conversation shifted to her relationship with Travis. Her tone was calm, almost too calm, when she said, "You know, sometimes I feel like dating someone who's known for his physical strength makes you forget the importance of emotional depth. It's great to have someone strong, but strength isn't just about muscles. Sometimes, I wonder if there's something more meaningful beyond just the spotlight and fame." Quote. The words, though wrapped in her trademark eloquence, were sharp. It wasn't a full-blown insult, but Travis felt it, the sting of doubt she had cast over their relationship. The interview aired while Travis was at the gym, headphones in, working through a routine of squats and deadlifts. He paused mid-representative when he saw his phone light up with messages from friends, family, and teammates. Each text was some variation of, "Are you okay?" or, "Did you see what she said?" He grabbed his phone and watched the clip. It played on repeat in his mind, and each time the words sank deeper, like daggers twisting in his chest. Taylor's comment wasn't just about him as a boyfriend, it felt like a judgment on his character. He was known for his charisma, his ability to light up a room, but now that light felt dimmed. His confidence, which had always been unshakable, began to crumble. By the time he returned home, the media frenzy had begun. Social media buzzed with speculation. Was Taylor saying she wanted more from Travis, or was this the beginning of the end for the golden couple? Headlines screamed, "Taylor Swift questions Travis Kelce's emotional depth," and fans picked apart every word she had said. Travis sat on the edge of his bed, staring at his reflection in the mirror. The physical strength he had relied on his whole life, his massive shoulders, chiseled arms, suddenly felt like armor that couldn't protect him from this kind of pain. He'd always been the one in control, the one with the answers, but now he felt exposed, vulnerable, as though the pieces of himself he thought were strongest were breaking apart. He didn't know how to respond. A part of him wanted to call her and ask, "Did you mean that? Is that really how you see me?" But another part of him was too afraid of what she might say. What if her words were true? What if beneath the surface, he wasn't enough for her? The more he thought about it, the more he felt crushed, the weight of his insecurities pressing down on him like a defensive line sacking him over and over again. Days passed, and the silence between them grew louder. Taylor was busy with her press tour, and Travis, usually surrounded by the camaraderie of his team, found himself feeling isolated. On the field, he still played like a beast, but the joy had been sapped from the game. Each touchdown felt hollow, and each cheer from the crowd reminded him of the admiration he had once basked in but now questioned whether he deserved. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Taylor reached out. She wanted to talk. Travis met her at a quiet restaurant, away from the paparazzi and the noise of the world. Title, Fractured Notes. Travis Kelce stood in front of his locker, the familiar hum of the locker room swirling around him. He was fresh off a game where he had shone, racking up yards and touchdowns. The Kansas City Chiefs had secured another victory, but today, all he could think about was Taylor. They had been dating for a few months now, and every moment with her felt electric. Taylor had just finished a show in Kansas City, and the anticipation of seeing her again made his heart race. He couldn't help but feel like the luckiest guy alive. She was not only an international superstar but also an incredible person. Their relationship was one he never expected, but it felt so right. That evening, Travis attended a private after-party for the concert. The atmosphere was filled with laughter, the sound of clinking glasses, and the soft strumming of guitars. When Taylor entered the room, all eyes turned to her. She wore a shimmering silver dress that hugged her figure perfectly, and her smile lit up the entire space. "Travis," she called, her voice cutting through the noise. He turned to face her, his heart skipping a beat. They embraced, and he felt the world fade away for a moment. As the night progressed, Taylor took to the small stage set up in the corner, encouraging her friends and fans to gather around. "I have to say," she began, her playful tone drawing everyone's attention, "I've been dating this incredible football player, Travis Kelce. And while I love watching him on the field, let's just say..." Travis leaned forward, intrigued. "Let's just say he may be a little too good at being, well, too rough on the field," she continued, her laughter infectious. "I mean, do you really need to tackle every conversation we have? Sometimes, I just want to chat about life, not football." The crowd roared with laughter, and Travis felt his cheeks flush. It was all in good fun, but a tiny voice in the back of his mind wondered if she really meant it. Was he too intense? He laughed along with everyone else, but the comment lingered in his thoughts. As the night wore on, he felt increasingly aware of every moment. The way she joked about his overzealousness, the way the crowd laughed, it began to feel like a commentary on his life. When the party ended, and they were alone, he couldn't hold back. "Did you really mean what you said up there?" he asked, his voice serious. Taylor paused, tilting her head slightly. "What do you mean? The tackling thing? Do I really come off that way? Too intense?" He felt vulnerable, laying his thoughts bare. "Oh, Travis," she said, stepping closer, her expression softening. "I was joking. You know that, right? You're passionate, and that's one of the things I love about you. But I do think we need to balance things out. I want to know the man behind the football star." His heart sank a little. The irony of her words struck him hard. She wanted to know him beyond the persona he had built. He had spent his entire life shaping his identity around the sport, and here she was, wanting to see the pieces he had hidden away. Later that night, as they lay in bed, Travis couldn't shake the feeling of being fractured. He was both the star athlete and just Travis, a guy who sometimes felt lost amid the accolades and expectations. "Taylor," he whispered, breaking the silence. "I don't want to be just Travis the football player. I want to be someone you can rely on, someone who's more than just a name." She turned to him, her eyes reflecting a mix of concern and understanding. "You're more than that, Travis. You just need to let those pieces show. I'm here for you. I want to know everything." In that moment, something shifted. The weight of her words began to mend his fractured pieces. It was a reminder that love wasn't just about the laughter or the glamorous life, it was about embracing vulnerability and being real.